To create an assignment in the context of your course, best practice is to create those within the Content tab. In your Content tab, you'll have your material organized by unit or by week or by whatever organizational method you're using. And then to add an assignment to a particular unit, you can open up that unit, select any subfolder if you need to. And then for today, we're just talking about Brightspace assignments. You're going to create new. You're going to create a new assignment. And on the left is your usual information about name, grade, etc. On the right, you'll find things like availability dates and conditions. Generally, this isn't used because we tend to not limit the availability of assignments by date, but you can use that if you wish. The next box is how do you want this assignment submitted? If you have groups set up in your Brightspace course, and you would know if you do, you can use the group assignment selection. Next is the submission type. A file submission is where a student either uploads a file or connects to a Google document of some kind. A text submission is an assignment in which when the student opens that assignment, they are presented with a box that they can type in, and they can do some formatting within that box. On paper and observed in person are very similar, the difference being that if you actually had them turn in something on paper, you would select that, as opposed to like a performance, you could select observed in person. But there's no difference in how the evaluation actually happens. So we're going to select text submission. So students will see a box, and in that box they'll answer this question. I can decide then how many submissions I want to keep. I generally leave it on all submissions are kept so that students can make more than one. For evaluation and feedback, you have the option to attach a rubric, for example. And once you make a rubric, you can reuse that rubric. Of course, in next year's courses, you can import the rubrics that you used last year and be able to use those again without recreating them. So I will select Add Rubric, Add Existing, and I have a bunch because I've experimented a lot. But the one that I use for these kinds of assignments is my Thoughtful, Thorough, and Complete with Mechanics rubric. So I select that, Add Selected, and I can preview what that looks like here. When I'm done creating the assignment, I decide whether it needs to be visible right away or not. I'm going to leave this one turned off. And when I click Save and Close, it will save that assignment into the folder that I selected. So this is that subfolder that I selected. There's the assignment. You'll notice that it's currently not visible. It's hidden. I can, from this view, without going into the assignment itself, make it visible to students, and now they'd be able to see that. To grade an assignment, there's a couple different ways you can get to the point where you're evaluating. You can, from your content page, click on Go to Assignment, and then you'll be presented with your submissions page. You can sort this by sections or by users. User will give you the list of all of your students in one big group. Sections you can sort by hour, and I do that here. And then what I have are my students from my second hour, and I've already published feedback for those, but I can either select View Submission to evaluate it, or before these are evaluated, you'll see the word Evaluate over in this right-hand column. Two other places you can use to get started grading are directly on the tile. You'll see those icons with the numbers, and that means there's some things waiting to be evaluated. And then also, you can click on Quick Eval to get into the list of assignments, and that'll show you which assignments still need to be evaluated as well.